Hello everyone, this is Informal Sutrif, wherein we discuss anything under the rubric of film, be it TV shows, be it films, be it documentaries, or any academic theories even. Today we are discussing Malik, which is a film directed by Mahesh Narayanan. So before we jump into the film, let me first ask this question that came into everyone's mind. What do you think about the opening shot?
I think the opening shot was the main reason that kept me hooked to the film till the end. It was such an amazing shot that you constantly think about it till the end of the film. What was going on there? So yeah, it was like pretty amazing shot. The kind of blocking and the kind of direction that went in the shot, it was pretty great.
मतलब a lot of watching film is about the opening shot. The opening shot is what keeps you hooked. And उसका जो pace है, narrative flow in the starting 13 minutes, everything is established from who the character is to how the narrative flow is to be and what you can expect from the film. So like those 13 minutes were everything for the film. Like it was कि ठीक है अब तो पूरी film देख लेंगे चाहे कुछ भी हो जाए.
So what I was saying is, like, why those 13 minutes tend to work well as the film progresses is because that is the last time in the narrative of the film that those set pieces are in that place together. Because as soon as Ali Khan leaves his space, the film has started and things have begun to fall apart for him. So those 13 minutes in prospect show a kind of structured society that Ali Khan has created around him, which is going to fall apart as soon as he goes out of that
Steps
space.
out.
Like kind of a unity that
Right.
everyone is tied together.
Yeah, everything falls apart, and this is why it was so important to keep it as a continuous shot. I think that was a great decision by the director.
And I also think one of the good shot or maybe one of the greatest shot of the opening scene was the scene when the camera moves from balcony to their car when it goes down.
Yeah, yes.
So the title reveal which happens does the talking for this sort of thing. Like it establishes what the character
Malik,
is supposed to be. So Malik, like how we understand Malik through the Urdu terminology is the protector. Malik जो रखता है ना? But Malik is also significant in a way because Malik is one of the angels who guards hell, right? He is the guardian of hell. He keeps the inhabitants of hell inside hell. That angel is called Malik. So that is also the significance of Ali Ikka because as long as Ali Ikka is there, the demons and the bad people of hell are kept aside from Ramadipalli. He saves Ramadipalli from outside influence, from land acquisitions, from those projects that come in and encroach upon their lands.
Harbor project.
Yeah, the harbor project.
Ali का as a name in itself is so powering. मतलब अली का अगर हम सिर्फ बोले कि मेरा नाम अली का है तो तुम यही समझोगे कि या तो लॉर्ड गॉड कहीं तो गून ऐसा ही कुछ कहीं डायरेक्शन में जा रहा है. The name itself.
बड़ा भाई, big brother sort of thing,
brother.
right?
Ikka means big brother in
brotherly
Malayalam.
brotherly name.
पूरे इस डिस्कशन में एक बार पैरेलल ड्रॉ करेंगे गॉडफादर से. इसका डायरेक्टर ने काफी इंस्पिरेशन लिया एंड इट्स अ वेरी सिमिलर इमेज टू व्हाट द ओपनिंग शॉट ऑफ गॉडफादर ट्राइज टू एस्टैब्लिश द इमेज ऑफ डॉन कॉर्लियोने. ही इज अ गून बट ही इज अ गुड गून. ये पूरा एक वही स्ट्रक्चर है गॉडफादर में भी. ही इज अ गुड गून, वो उसमें चलता है पहले उस पे. तो वो सेम इमेज चला है और वही पूरी फिल्म में हम काफी पूरी फिल्म में पैरेलल ड्रॉ कर रहे थे और हमने काफी जगह पे वो पैरेलल ड्रॉ किया है. तो it looks like a big inspiration from that as well.
I think let's define it this way. He is an extrajudicial force that keeps things together. Because as soon as Ali Ikka is inside the jail, things fall apart in his town. And even though he is a goon, he is a criminal, but he is the one who is keeping things together because the judicial machinery has failed, because the bureaucratic machinery has failed, and the political machinery is out there to fail the people itself. Which is why someone like him, despite being a criminal, despite doing bad things as we categorize things, he is important. It is a local based film, right? कि तुम एस्टैब्लिश कर रहे हो कि ये केरला कोर्स में त्रिवेंद्रम में एक एरिया है जहाँ पे बिकॉज ऑफ द रिलीजियस डायनेमिक्स and because of the smuggling dynamic. Because what are they smuggling from there? उनको भागना है तो मिनिकॉय जाएंगे. अब मिनिकॉय सिर्फ केरला का घूम भाग के जा सकता है, right? So those are the local things that give the flavor to a film, and which is what a global audience or a pan-national audience will also interact with, because you have not heard stories from Trivandrum sitting in Delhi so often, right? So this is what you interact with. But at the same time, say Omkara shows a different political structure of rural Meerut. But even there, the Bahubali has a significance, and the Bahubali term itself, what it means to people from UP. Bahubali होना क्या होता है? So
पूरा डायनामिक
these are
अलग है.
local things which can be paralleled to each other, because all of these things come from a need for an extrajudicial force, extra political force to keep the town together, to keep the city together. When the politics has failed them, or when the bureaucracy has failed.
He is the man who has to get his hands dirty to save his people,
to keep
others clean, like
and
yeah.
get prosperity intact.
Obviously,
actually, when you're talking about the character, right? So there's a parallel to be drawn between Nayakan, Mani Ratnam's Nayakan, and this film, because that one based in Mumbai and also focuses on smuggling. I think that's a very close parallel to be drawn.
Film follows a traditional gangster narrative, but after baptism scene, Michael Corleone had a lot of time to be in the character, and उसके character को development मिला. Though this is a 2 hour 32 minutes का या 2 hour 42 minutes का film, but मेरी problem ये थी कि it follows a Godfather like narrative. The problem lies that after the baptism scene, there is a strong build up for Michael Corleone. Here the strong build up lacks. ठीक है? Here वो पूरा उसके बाद हमें rushed लगा. मतलब after that we don't see much about the character, which is my problem. कि तुम ये justify नहीं कर पाए कि he मतलब तुम establish करना चाह रहे हो कि he is a good bad वाला वो scene, but वो मेरे लिए कभी वो bad वाला establish नहीं हुआ, because after the baptism scene Michael Corleone goes badder and badder. वो fall करता जाता है, he kills his brother,
but
वो सब नीचे जाता है.
यही point है, इसके character का ये point है, वो नहीं बदलता उसके, वो और बुरा नहीं होता उसके बाद, वहां पे बदला होता है. और इनफैक्ट द फिल्म डजंट इवन मेक इट टू क्लियर कि वो बदला पूरे तरीके से उसने ही कमीशन किया है. ये उसका समाज ही बदला नहीं ले रहा है रमानापल्ली वाले. मतलब
आई थिंक इवन
द शॉट मेक्स इट क्लियर कि क्रॉस कटिंग हो रही है.
The major conflict was from David's side. I think in the film it is shown that Muslims are happy living inside the area of the mosque, Ramada Gully. The major clash is between David and Alika, and Alika is not sure why he is angry. I mean, he knows the reason, but he's never reciprocating to what he is doing. So I think David was the one who instigated all the conflict in that.
Even though मूवी का टाइटल मालिक है, लेकिन मेरे को लगता है ज्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट इसमें कम्युनिटी है.
yes.
तो कैरेक्टर ठीक है, वो एक ट्रैजिक हीरो वाली फिगर हो गई थी उसकी एंड तक.
फिगर
लेकिन हर ट्रैजिक हीरो का ये होता है कि वो अपनी कम्युनिटी के लिए अपने आप को सैक्रिफाइस करता है. तो मेरे हिसाब से मोस्टली वो जो अभी गॉडफादर वाला कंपैरिजन था, मेरे हिसाब से उसका ये डिफरेंस इसमें ये है कि ये काइंड ऑफ कम्युनिटी के लिए हो रहा है. तो कम्युनिटी एज अ फोकस रख के पूरी मूवी प्ले आउट हुई है एट दिस इन द सेकंड हाफ.
प्लस एक और चीज है उसके कैरेक्टर के बारे में. देखो 13 साल का टाइम है बिटवीन द डेथ ऑफ अमीर एंड व्हेन ही डिसाइड्स टू गो टू हज एंड ऑल दिस हैपन. 13 साल, और वो मरता भी उर्स फेस्टिवल के दिन है, which is significant, which has its symbolism, है ना. तो अब इन 13 सालों में एक्चुअली जहाँ तक समझ आता है उसकी वाइफ के एक डायलॉग से कि यू वॉन्ट द रिस्पेक्ट ऑफ दोज पीपल बाय सैक्रिफाइसिंग योर सन, कि उन 13 साल में ऐसा एक अनईजी ट्रूथ हो जाता है कि डेविड अपनी जगह स्थित हो जाता है कि जो मैंने किया वो गलत हो गया है, अब मुझे यहीं रहना है, अब मैं कुछ नहीं कर सकता इसके आगे. क्योंकि इवन डेविड फादर डाइज इन द कॉन्फ्लिक्ट. बोथ फैमिलीज लूज समवन वेरी क्लोज, राइट. और उसके बाद ये होता है कि रमादीपल्ली में देयर इज एन अनईजी पीस व्हिच इज मेंटेन्ड आफ्टर अमीर्स डेथ. Ali Ikka has to soften down after the initial phase of revenge, और वो अगले 13 साल ऐसे ही इक्विलिब्रियम में करते हैं कि डेविड eventually you see how poor David is, right? Ali Ikka is not poor, David is poor, because after what David has done, he has no power whatsoever in the East. So Ali Ikka's sovereignty is actually established by that fact, and then there is no conflict.
So Ali Ikka put his feet down. ये है पूरे 13 साल में कि उसने अपना, because he also says ना, I guess कि I quit this ताकि मैं ये कर सकूं, मैं सब छोड़ चुका हूँ.
हाँ, और उसका
वो डायलॉग
conflict
था,
internal है.
if someone above God can kill me.
आप लोगों को क्या लगता है कि who betrayed David? Was it Apu or was it Ali Ikka? I mean, I personally don't think that Ali ever betrayed David, but like he
अब्बू ने भी
trusted
कहाँ
Apu.
पे betray किया?
Like Abu instigated him, right?
Abu Bakr did instigate. वो तो obvious है कि like
he's a political figure.
community, right? But he goes to the mosque and asks the Muslims to take up arms. मतलब he is playing both sides.
In the last scene.
Yeah. वो उसका वो पुराना टेक्निक है कि वो जाके मुसलमानों को बोलेगा कि तुम बंदूकें उठाओ, और यहाँ पे क्रिश्चियंस को आके बोलता है कि देखो वो बंदूक उठा रहे हैं.
Because he was the one who got smuggled those weapons.
Yeah. और एंड में फायदा तो उसका हुआ ना, वो मिनिस्टर बना. मतलब if you see the framing of the shots in the beginning, right, in the first flashback, so for the longest time in the first flashback till at least the middle of the film, that guy is basically the third in the group, right? He has no standing in front of Ali Ikka or even David. And then he swiftly climbs the ladder as he pits these two against each other and then climbs the ladder.
And also when the flashback started, it was David who was superior to Ali. Ali was in the backdrop.
I have noted that exact time where Ali Suleiman becomes Ali Ikka, like at around 52 minutes, which is like the 1/3 of the movie, when that small kid is asked तुमने किसके कहने पे ये किया, तो पहली बार हम सुलेमान को अली इक्का के नाम से सुनते हैं.
Also there was gradual development, like जब वो exported goods बेचते हैं, उसमें भी Ali Ikka was the primary face of the market.
Final straw of what pushes David to go against Ali Ikka completely is after the tsunami, when the Christian community is disproportionately affected. Right. So that there is an important line, a throwaway line, and this happens a lot in this film, right? When you watch it once, some of these details are missed because it's a 2-hour, 40-minute long film, and I don't think it's a fault of the film. A lot of great films have that. Like there is a enormous attention to detail, and then when you rewatch it, some reasons get clearer. So there's also this thing. When the MLA tells him that when Ali Ikka stopped the sand mining from that area to build that road
and remove dogs too.
So there is a thing there that Ramadipalli area has its own natural barrier to the tsunami, but the other area did not have that. He says something along those lines, and that is what pushes David, because in David's mind now there is a difference. So he starts thinking that Ali Ikka is only looking out for Ramadipalli, which is the bigger town, which is the bigger area, and his own Christian suburb, which is poorer, getting left behind by his actions. This is his final straw.
The first time when I thought that Ali was kind of has an inclination towards his religion was when he talked to Rosaline about their child's religion. That I will never force you to change
cover your head.
Yeah, cover your head or change your religion, but I want to raise my son as Muslim. So that was the first point when I realized that this can turn into a religious kind of an build up from there on.
But at the same time, this is a very liberal viewpoint to have, isn't it? Like according to the time and according to the community, it's a very liberal viewpoint that Ali Ikka has.
Liberal, it is liberal, but before this, there was not a very
like you know, if something is following a peaceful route, it will go down. Like we were always getting mentions of how tolerable the society is and how harmoniously they live, but it has to go down. But even when David returns from Minikoy, and he talks to that commissioner कि जितना भी हुआ है वो तुम्हारी कम्युनिटी के
अपने
लिए तो हुआ
community
नहीं
के
है.
लिए कर रहा है.
तो डेविड उस पॉइंट पे भी कहता है कि नहीं, इसमें तो कम्युनिटी को मत लाइए आप लोग, क्योंकि यहाँ पर ऐसा कभी नहीं
Don't
हुआ है.
take this.
Should we
Uh,
talk about the theme of revenge in the film?
theme of revenge. Hmm.
Hmm.
I think we always see two angles, Alika's revenge and David's revenge, but then in the final climax there's a third revenge
Third revenge, yeah.
which makes
The
up the
ultimate
whole.
revenge, which is supposed to be from the beginning.
Also, the fourth revenge that Freddy takes from
With-
Abu.
That is
Like-
the revenge Kevin is referring to.
No,
I guess.
I'm
No,
talking
he's
about
referring
the
to
doctor.
commissioner's daughter.
Commissioner's daughter, हाँ.
Like everyone is here to avenge the death of their fathers, kind of, but we never knew about the doctor.
But I was on the fourth revenge. I was on Vanshaj वाला point. वहाँ तक पहुँच गए थे.
But at the end, when Freddy throws that rock, is he also kind of revenging the death of his father?
In the first scene, when they were sitting next to their mother, and there was a dining table shot. There was a policeman who provided gun inside the cell to Ali Ekta, right? So, how do you term him? Like, was he a good cop or a bad cop?
Yeah, that is what's really interesting about the film, right? Because it really explores the power dynamics in that sort of a town area or a city area, because that goon is more powerful than the police.
पूरी movie kind of gray area में है.
Exactly.
I mean, that cop had the power to save Ali Ekta or to get him killed. So that was the power vested with him, and he was such a subtle character that it was all in his hands.
You
He could have saved him.
you
he could have
never,
get him-
you never know his motives.
And also, there was something suspicious about the doctor from the starting, and the dynamics between the cop and the doctor.
It was established very well, I think. Yeah, in retrospect, when the twist finally comes, it was done very well from the beginning.
Was that a single second shot on that daughter's face when he is run over by the car? Like, you have to notice it.
Significant.
You can miss it, but it's
And there was so much build-up. There was so much build-up when she was traveling from jail to her flat, and we were all
Exactly.
mainly thinking about who she is.
वहाँ पे
But
समझ में आ
you
गया था,
know
मतलब
by
5-10
her,
सेकंड में
but
समझ में आ गया था कि ये तो वही लड़की
but
है.
you also know by her expressions and everything that she's not involved in the system. She's almost crying, even if she did the right thing for her father.
And also the last scene, the identity reveal of the doctor. I think it was kind of very unusual to an audience. They were
More
never
than
expecting.
I like two things which were established. First, how subtle she comes and kills him. Because I was expecting उसके कैरेक्टर को पूरा एक ऐसा ग्राफ दिया है कि
He's very
ट्रीटमेंट
compassionate.
बचाना है, very compassionate, very loving, self love and everything, and the moment she enters and उस जैसी वो करती है तो I was confused कि ये क्या कर रही है. मतलब the audience reaction is very similar to the guy जो वहाँ बैठ के देख रहा है, उसका भतीजा है जो भी है
It
वो.
was kind of that she is following some medical
Yes, audience
procedure.
reaction toward the film.
उसके बाद मेरे दिमाग में आया कि क्या ये मत बोलो कि ये भी सिस्टम में इन्वॉल्व है. मतलब वो ज्यादा बुरा लगता हमें अगर वो सिस्टम में इन्वॉल्व होती. इफ पुलिस कन्विंस कर लेती वो ज्यादा बुरा लगता.
एक और चीज
बट
थी,
वन थिंग जो स्टैंड आउट करती है कि वो पूरा स्कूटी से गई एक फ्लैट टाउन एरिया में विच एस्टैब्लिशेस कि शी इज नॉट फ्रॉम रामादपल्ली. सो द मेन पॉइंट व्हिच वाज पुश्ड इन द फिल्म कि नो वन फ्रॉम रामादपल्ली कैन किल हिम इज एस्टैब्लिश्ड इन अ वेरी सटल वे कि शी moves with a scooty to some in a urban area जहाँ पे flats हैं, because Ramadapalli
she's the daughter of a commissioner, na? So the commissioner comes from outside, and then he has to be around that area because he is now paralyzed.
The one thing that made it even better was for all of us as an audience, the commissioner was dead. We never knew that he was alive. The
पुलिस वाले ने stop नहीं किया.
हाँ, और that was the same cop that was present at the dining table. he
दैट वाज
knows
द
that
सेम कॉप जिसके साथ लड़की का कट हो रहा है बार बार सीन, सो दैट इज उनके रिलेशन, हमें लग रहा था डेट कर रहे हैं, क्या कर रहे हैं, उनके रिलेशन को कुछ तो अलग एक डायनामिक दिया है, बिकॉज एवरी सीन जहाँ वो लड़की प्रेजेंट है, वो लड़का, वो कॉप प्रेजेंट है, या तो वो वॉक पास कर रहा है, या
या
तो
तो
एक
उसको
कट
देख
होता
रहा
है,
है या तो
या तो उसको
initial
देख
my
रहा है, या
initial
तो
thought
कट
was
होता है.
my initial thought was that this cop will provoke the doctor to kill Freddy.
एंड आई वाज थिंकिंग वो सस्पिशियस हो रहा है, या फिर कुछ ऐसा हो रहा है, या फिर हमें तो लग रहा था पता नहीं क्या एक नया डायनामिक इंक्लूड कर रहे हैं, पता नहीं लव का एंगल डाल रहे हैं. हम काफी टाइम तक कंफ्यूज थे कि ये क्या, कौन सा
तो
नया
जो
एंगल डल
उसने
रहा है.
तो जो उसको अपने प्रोफेसी करी, तो वो प्रोफेसी वो डॉक्टर के लिए कर रहा था या फिर फ्रेडी के लिए कर रहा था? उसे पता था एनीवे कि मरने वाला है वो.
मेरे लिए ये भी थोड़ा सा था, मतलब चलो फिल्म को टाइम बहुत कम मिला. रोजलिन का कैरेक्टर हैज अ लॉट ऑफ पोटेंशियल. मतलब ये मेरा थोड़ा सा गॉडफादर के साथ भी प्रॉब्लम है कि विमेन कैरेक्टर को, बट चलो गॉडफादर वाज मेड इन अ टाइम जब उस टाइम पे अमेरिकन न्यू वेव में इट वाज अ टाइम ऑफ मेल डोमिनेशन, विमेन कैरेक्टर्स weren't pushed.
Rosaline excelled her acting part. I mean, she had such
ग्रेट.
a good
उसमें निमिषा नाम है आई गेस एक्ट्रेस का.
एक्ट्रेस का.
उसने
निमिषा जयन.
तीन तीन हिट्स दिए हैं 2021 में. 2021 में 3 हिट्स हैं और तीनों अमेजिंग, मतलब सुपर एक्टिंग है तीनों फिल्म्स में. एक साल में 3 फिल्म्स में अच्छी एक्टिंग करना बहुत बड़ी बात है भाई. और प्लस गेटिंग इनटू द कैरेक्टर ऑफ एक यंग रोजलिन एंड देन इतनी ओल्ड, वो बहुत ही ज्यादा मुश्किल काम है. और इसमें मतलब मेकअप डिपार्टमेंट का भी काफी रोल है यार. मेकअप डिपार्टमेंट इज अ डिपार्टमेंट विच नेवर गेट्स appreciated enough, बट मेकअप डिपार्टमेंट का बहुत बड़ा रोल है, बिकॉज एट नो पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम आई फेल्ट, अगर तुम हमें रोजलिन का यंग कैरेक्टर नहीं दिखाते, हम उस एक्ट्रेस को कभी यंग इमेजिन नहीं कर पाते. तो मेरे लिए वो एक्ट्रेस बूढ़ी ही थी. So
मुझे तो एट टाइम्स लगा कि बहुत अच्छी
I was
कास्टिंग हुई है और ये दो अलग लोग हैं.
कि इट्स सो डन सो वेल. मतलब अली इक्का पे भी, सुलेमान पे लेकिन इट इज फिर भी क्योंकि बियर्ड वगैरह होती है तो इट इज एस्टैब्लिश कि यार थोड़ा सा मेकअप दिख रहा है. बट रोजलिन पे 1% भी मेकअप नहीं दिख रहा है. थ्रू हर बॉडी लैंग्वेज, थ्रू हाउ शी वॉक्स एंड एवरीथिंग. इफ यू सी द वॉक ना, रोजलिन और अली इक्का की एनर्जी और वॉक देखो, यू विल फील यार कि वो चेंज हुआ है विथ एज. वो वॉक चेंज हुई है. इस पे अगर कुछ थोड़ा सा कोई लाइट शो कर सकता है कि वाई इतने मेजर कैरेक्टर, डेविड, अली का इतने मेजर कैरेक्टर है, बट वाई द फिल्म एंड ऑन रोजलिन फेस. व्हाट इज द रीजन कि वो एक ऐसे
रियलाइजेशन. ओके इस पे मैंने सोचा है. द थिंग इज कि रोजलिन इज द point of unity between those two communities, because she is from the Christian community and she marries into the Muslim community, and even after the death of the husband, it is very obvious she is going to stay with the family here, her husband's family, right? So she is the point of unity, and when she sees Freddy throw that stone, she realizes that sort of unity that she thought was
there is a
dead
hope.
because of the right, there is a hope, and the hope is very faint in her eyes, because she also realizes that Freddy did not kill her husband, because she knew that they were sending Freddy in to kill him, and that is the moment when she realizes no, Freddy did not kill her husband. Someone else did, and that is a sort of relief for her, because someone from the family did not kill.
Kind of a closure.
Someone from Ramatipalli did not kill. Yeah, there is a closure for her.
Also, I was kind of like, when I was watching this film, I had this metaphor in my mind, like sowing and reaping, like of a seed, like they but at the end I think there's a new seed that germinates out of Freddy when he throws that rock. And Rosalind realizes that when she looks at it,
of a possible unity.
And also, what do you think, how effective was the confrontation of Freddy to David at the end scene?
It was very subtle and it was done very well, I think. Yeah.
The way it is done, I have to do this, someone has to do this. It's, or David allows, matlab David kind of allows and goes away.
He never allows, but he never stops to.
He can't stop him. Like he understands that he doesn't have the power to stop, in fact, because he is a failed man, David. He knows he has failed in his life, and like he also needs to do some repentance for that.
लाइक जिस सीड की मैं बात कर रहा था वो काइंड ऑफ मेरे हिसाब से काफी रिकरेंट है, जैसे मुस्लिम ट्रेडिशन में तुम दफनाते हो लोगों को, तो लाइक इवन इन दैट सीन वेयर you name a school after that,
Alika's father.
that is kind of a seed, kind of a dream that is being sown. Also, that unearthing of that weapons at the end, so that is a dream destroyed of that community. So, linking facts with fiction, Tsunami of 2004.
अरे this includes a lot of facts, lot of fiction, lot of homages, because ये वाला जो element है कि family moves to a new town, the family is ill, a person dies, a person almost dies and survives, has been done many times.
It's a really
and this is like a
common
plot
trope.
for a gang, and this is has been done for a gangster film a lot of time. मतलब ये set करता है ये gang. तभी I am referring it to as a traditional gangster film, because this was the narrative of a traditional gangster film. A poor young man moves to a family, he rises to power, या उसका बेटा rises to power. So this follows a very traditional gangster narrative and it is very fixed to it. बिल्कुल वही follow करता है very strongly. और फिर वो scenes repeat होते हैं, it gives homage. तो काफी एक पीरियड ऑफ टाइम था 1970s 80s का गैंगस्टर फिल्म का, जब वो चल रहा था नियो नोआ का, तो वो पूरा वापस आया. एंड दिस इज नॉट ऑल्सो फिल्म नोआ, दिस इज नियो नोआ. फिल्म नोआ का अलग कैरेक्टरिस्टिक था, ये नियो नोआ है क्योंकि इसमें न्यू हॉलीवुड के साथ एक्सपेरिमेंट हो रहा है. तो
the unique aspect of this film comes from, like, you are following the neo noir characteristics, but the ending itself is a sort of unique take on this genre, because here the way the revenge acts itself out. So why I was thinking about revenge is, remember Pansin Tomar. Pansin Tomar में एक बहुत अच्छी लाइन है कि यहाँ दुश्मन खत्म हो जाते हैं, दुश्मनी नहीं, है ना. Here Malik takes a very subtle this trope and makes a subtle adjustment here. यहाँ पे दुश्मनी खत्म करने की कोशिश कर रहा है मालिक. Malik tries to end all his enmity, the character who is supposed to be the Malik, but the enemies don't stop, because when he was in between making his enmities, जब वो दुश्मनी बना रहा था अपनी, तो उसने इतने सारे दुश्मन बना दिए थे कि अब उसके पास ट्रैक नहीं है कि मेरे कितने दुश्मन हैं. तो एक ऐसा दुश्मन जिसके बारे में उसने कभी नहीं सोचा, जिसका उसको आइडिया नहीं था, वो उसको
फॉरगिव किया फ्रेडी को, तो उसने एक तरह से शायद दुश्मनी खत्म कर दी थी अपनी तरफ से.
फ्रेडी के साथ खत्म कर ली क्योंकि वो उसके हाथ में था. बट एक ऐसा दुश्मन जिसको पता भी नहीं है कि एग्जिस्ट करता है.
किसी को नहीं पता, हम लोगों को भी नहीं पता था वो, तो इनफैक्ट ऑडियंस को भी नहीं पता था. स्पेशल थिंग इज कि ऑडियंस को भी नहीं पता है कि यार दुश्मन
एग्जिस्ट. अगर तुम वो एक सेकंड ढंग से ना देखो, वो जो एक सेकंड निकल जाता है.
अली को गॉट अ हार्ट अटैक, राइट? अगर वो नहीं आता तो डॉक्टर को भी चांस नहीं मिलता मारने का. शायद
डॉक्टर वाज एक्सपेक्टिंग कि फ्रेडी
कुछ करेगा,
नहीं मारेगा
तो वो कुछ ना कुछ कर देगी
करके मैं
एनीवे उसको बुलाया जाएगा. तो मैं वही कह रहा हूँ कि जो वो पुलिस वाले ने एक काइंड ऑफ अ प्रोफेसी की कि तुम कल सुबह मरने वाले हो या तुम्हें मार दिया जाएगा, तो वो किसके एंगल से कर रहा था ये कभी मेरे को क्लियर नहीं होगा.
डीप डाइव करो अगर, तो डॉक्टर जो है वो लेडी, उसकी डे शिफ्ट है, उसकी नाइट शिफ्ट नहीं है. तो नाइट शिफ्ट में उस दिन वहाँ क्या कर रही है? वो उस दिन उसकी डे शिफ्ट है फ्रॉम द वेरी बिगिनिंग. उसको जब भी हम लोग ने देखा है, हम लोग ने दिन में देखा है, रात में वो नहीं है वहाँ. लेकिन उस स्पेसिफिक दिन वो रात में वहाँ कैसे है शिफ्ट नहीं होती. और बाकी जो हम लोग ने देखा है वो स्कूल शूटिंग के बाद दोपहर का टाइम है, 11-12-1-2. हाँ, और वो उस टाइम पे आ रही है, तो मतलब उसकी शिफ्ट 11 या तो डे होगी या तो नाइट होगी, दोनों तो नहीं हो सकती. तो वो भी एक सेल्फ डिसीजन है कि वो उस दिन रुकी, किसी के कहने पे या खुद.
हाँ, और क्योंकि आफ्टर द मर्डर व्हेन शी गोज टू द पुलिस पीपल एंड टेल्स देम कि यू वांट द रीजन ऑफ डेथ टू बी सुसाइड, राइट? ऐसे वो पूछती है. तो that makes it clear that the police was not involved in her plan. Police did not know she was going to do this.
Music. म्यूजिक मेरे को ऐसा लगा कि कितने जॉनरास का म्यूजिक था इस पूरे एक मूवी में, और
कहीं भी
वो
ओवर पावर नहीं कर रहा है
हर
नैरेटिव को, और
चीज बड़े अच्छे से हुई है। लाइक जब फ्लैशबैक में हम पहली बार जाते हैं उसके टीनेज ईयर्स में, तो रॉक रॉक म्यूजिक है काइंड ऑफ, जो गैंगस्टर फिल्म्स में तुम सुनते हो
gangster film है।
बाहर जब भी कोई, तो वो एक
मेरे
रॉक।
साथ
क्या?
टेक्निकल एस्पेक्ट में तो कहीं भी लैग नहीं करती मूवी।
ये भी
हम्म
यहाँ भी बहुत ट्रेडिशनल नैरेटिव फॉलो किया म्यूजिक के टर्म्स में भी, और इनफैक्ट
पहले
वो
ऑर्केस्ट्रल है,
पहले ऑर्केस्ट्रा लिया है, हाँ
स्टार्टिंग में
एग्जैक्टली
ऑर्केस्ट्रल
वही।
शुरू हुआ है,
हम्म
हाँ,
रॉक में आ गए।
तो लाइट यार, हमने देखा है कि गैंगस्टर फिल्म या फिर ऐसी फिल्म में जनरली ओवर यूज ऑफ लाइट होता है। सबने नोटिस किया होगा, थोड़ा सा ओवर यूज ऑफ लाइट हो जाता है टू शो द पावर डायनेमिक्स। सिंपल रीजन
ड्रामेटिक।
होता है टू शो द
ड्रामेटिक।
पावर डायनेमिक्स एंड ऐड टू द ड्रामेटिक। यहाँ हमें कहीं भी एक भी जगह आंखों में लाइट्स अलग से नहीं लगी कि इन्होंने पावर डायनेमिक्स स्टैब्लिश करने के लिए हैवी यूज ऑफ लाइट किया है। बीट अ लो एंगल लाइट, बीट अ हाई की, बीट अ लो, कहीं भी हमें ये स्टैब्लिश करने के लिए नहीं लगा कि इन लोगों ने हैवी लाइट्स का यूज किया है टू शो पावर
मेरे ख्याल से
डायनेमिक्स।
वो इसलिए भी है क्योंकि एवरी कैरेक्टर वाज काइंड ऑफ सटल, नथिंग वाज वेरी ओवरपावरिंग।
हम्म।
But it also
तो
tells that he was among his people. He never considered himself कि मैं बहुत बड़ा या कुछ करूँ।
हाँ,
हाँ।
plus also the scale of the film is supposed to be epic, right? It is
हम्म,
an epic, but it is a very localized epic. It is a very small
हम्म,
epic. It is localized around Alika and his small, very fairly small area. The area he lives in and his people is a very small group. So even though the film follows the conventions of an epic, even though it is shot like an epic, it is toned down to a very small area, and which is why there is a very intimate feel. So this was our discussion of Malik, a very small scale epical film that follows the gangster film tradition, and it was a very good film, and there was so much to talk about in this film, and there's still so much to talk. But yeah, this was Informal with Rest. Hope to see you again in the next video.